Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ayop, a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm actually trying to cultivate the habit of looking into the camera anytime I'm doing a sit down and talk video. And it's so strange because I have focus on this side. But anyway, get used to it. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If this is your first time of clicking on my video, this is your first time of seeing my face, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if this is your 30th or is it 31st time or clicking on my videos, like 30th or 31st time, wow, of clicking on my video, you're a gem and the love is really real. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. Thank you. This past months have been bearable because YouTube is hard. This past months have been bearable because of you. So guys, today I'm going to be doing a story time. I know that I did a story time not too long ago. I felt like that story time I did about boarding school, it was just a little bit of gist here and there. It was not really full like the story time I usually do. So yeah, I just thought that instead of I started a vlog this week actually, but I just felt like instead of just ending the vlog and all of that, even though I've not really been vlogging, I've been quite lazy about it. I didn't say that, but I just thought that let me just do a story time. Yeah, so when we're growing up now, watch Nollywood movies and we'll see what's the name of this dark guy. I think it was from South Jack. Yeah, Gentle Jack. We see Gentle Jack, the likes of Gentle Jack, the likes of is it Anzanuku, and some other people like that they are, that their name is not coming to my head now. You see movie like the Sakaba or things like that. You see guns and you just be like, action poor, So it sort of felt like it was a different world from what I was used to. But the day I came in contact with gun, life gone, film turned to real life and real life turned to film, because it was like what I had been seeing in Nollywood movies that was happening to me, and I had to perform some stunts that I had seen in movies too. So yeah, I'm going to be giving you people the full gist of the first time I experienced an robbery attack when I was young, living with my parents and all of that, and the reactions, the feeling, the experience as a whole and all of that. So if you like to hear more about this gist, the full gist, and just keep seeing my face, just keep watching. We are jumping right into this video. This moment, don't click out, keep on watching. So as I had volunteered in church to be the church toilet cleaner. Let me just put it like that. I don't know what else to call it, but that was what I basically did. I went to church every Saturday evening and cleaned the church toilet and bathroom in preparation for church the next Sunday, on Sunday. So I still did a bit of touch up on Sunday morning, very early on Sunday morning, but majority of my work was on Saturday evenings. Yeah, so at that time I was cleaning the church toilet. My auntie was a chorister, so that evening we had gone to church together. She attended choir practice while I went about my chores in the toilet. So after church we walked back home because it was not so far. It was quite a distance, but it was it was trackable. It was trackable. So we got back home, opened the gates of the house, and as we were coming in, we met a certain young man going out of the gates, and he's like, Ekrole, Ekrole is good evening in Yoruba for those who who do not understand Yoruba, and it's like Ekrole. And my auntie, the usual jovial self, responded, even made a few jokes. I don't know why she was making jokes with someone that she practically did not know. I don't know, but she made a few jokes, and we just went. So we decided to go through the back entrance, which was the kitchen, instead of the front. And when we got to the back entrance, the kitchen door, we found out that everywhere was wide open, dark, there was no light. And I don't know, as young as I was, and a little alarm just sounded in my head, one, my mom is that mom that her doors are never left open. Are you smoking? You are smoking, that you go out of her door, you come back inside, or you are going out, you not close her door, for real. So when I saw the door open, I'm like, what's going on? Then at that time, that was a few minutes to 8, the gen was not on, and I knew that that was so unlike her. So we didn't go into the kitchen, we just stood at the door, and I turned to my aunt and I was like, what is going on? Why is there no light? Why is the door open? We were just contemplating that, where's everybody? So she started calling out to my brothers. And so in that minute of should I say confusion of what was going on and all, we noticed that there was a presence that had come in between us, and the next thing we heard was armed robber, corporate. This particular two words makes me laugh every single time I remember it, because it was like kileju from 0 to 100. Like there we were standing looking for our family members, and then someone had appeared and was saying armed robber, corporate. It seemed like a joke until like they took us into the kitchen. He took us into the kitchen. At that point, it was just one person with a gun. He took us into the kitchen and asked us to kneel. As the usual sharp girl that I am, in quotes, and because I know that I was not taking any chances. Number one, I hated being physically assaulted. I've never been physically assaulted, but I chopped a few beatings growing up and while in secondary school. So I knew that was not an experience that I liked. So I just fully cooperated and I knelt. They asked us to cooperate and I decided to cooperate. I knelt down. My auntie knelt, but just at the point when she knelt, she probably just felt like these armed robbers are human beings like us. Now when I explained to them that I'm coming back from church, they'll perhaps just say, okay, no problem, stand up, they will leave. So she's like, brother robber, Christian ni wa o, worker ni wa in church, wa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń bọ̀ láti church o, chorister ni mi, alokorin ni o. In my mind I'm like, what are you doing? And this guy just answered our explanation with a couple of slaps. It was so funny because am I a bad child? Am I a bad child for laughing? But I promise you that at that point I was just like, why are you explaining what nobody asked you? Like the guy just made the explanation with a couple of slaps, and he gave her a few slaps, and he was like, will you keep quiet? And all those shit like that. Literally means, who asked you for any explanation? At the point when she was being slapped, something got into me and I'm like, run. And it was like, run, just run. And guys, I actually stood up like from the kneeling position I was, and I ran into the house. Now I had two advantages. One was that even though it was dark, I lived in that house, so I knew my way around. I could navigate my way. I knew that, okay, this was the hallway. I knew that if I turned like this was entering this room. Okay, this was the sitting room. This was entering another room. You get? So I was able to navigate my way in the dark to my room. Two, the guy had lost attention for a minute. He was focusing on her, and he just thought I was a child, so I would probably be scared, and I was still new. So when he realized I had run, he told my auntie that he was going to shoot her on the spot if she doesn't tell me to come outside. So of course my auntie started saying, Ayo, come out, so Ayo, come out. He says he will shoot me. Ayo, come out, please come out. In my mind I'm like, who is coming out? Coming out. God. I'm like, who is coming out? Coming out of where? I swear, I'm trying to remember how old I was. But I'm not calculating well. But I don't even know how I could be that savage. I promise you that I stayed in that room. She was probably receiving a couple more slaps, and I just stayed in that room. And I'm like, I'm not going to go out. I'm just going to be here till whatever happens. But I just stayed there, and after a while, I just felt, let me just go outside. It will not be nice. Let me just go outside. So when I entered the room, I was carrying a bag. That bag contained Izal, detergent, and a few other things that I usually take to church with me to clean the toilets. So I don't even know how my auntie's phone had landed in my hand, but I know that when I entered that room that I ran to, it was in my hand. So I just dropped it inside the bag. I kept it in my room and I walked out. Surprisingly, when I walked out, he did not beat me. He didn't touch me, he didn't do anything. He just said, okay, both of you move. And they took us to our neighbor's house, which is like the next house to us. When we got into our neighbor's house, we found out that everybody was there. My mom, one of my brothers, my neighbor, his children, his wife, everybody was there laying flat on the floor. And I'm like, okay, now the real wahala just started. The one that we were going through in the kitchen, that one was child's play. Now there were more robbers in this room. Like, that one was just one person. There were like at least 4 or 5 in this room, controlling things, you know, checking the apartment, snatching off stuff. You know, it was like, talking about it now, like I can picture it in my head, and I'm like, that day was not nice. So as they took us into the room, I saw my mom and I just ran to her, and they were like, okay, kneel, everybody on your knees, lay down flat, and all those things. So of course we complied. The people that lay down flat. I knelt, so I knelt and everything. And my mom was whispering to me and trying to tell me, okay, calm down, this and that, you know, all those kind of things. And less than 5 minutes later, the guy that had brought me and my auntie in came back to my auntie and was like, where's your phone? And my auntie said, it's with her, like meaning the phone is with me. And the guy said, stand up, where's the phone? I'm like, I kept it inside. He's like, okay, move, come on, give me the phone. At that point, like, I looked at my mom's face and I saw, and I, you know, it's like I could see I could see her fright. Like, you know, it's a different thing when they brought me and my auntie in. Now they were taking only me out, and I didn't know that prior to that they are taking my neighbor's daughter out, and they had said they were going to rape her. So when it was me they were taking out, like, I just saw that my mom, like, she had this, her expression changed, but I didn't get it then until later when everything, you know, everything was over. So I followed. And he's like, where's the phone? You know, and I'm like, I kept it in the room. I was like, move, take me there. You know, those, they are. Anyway, I was taking them there from my neighbor's house. I was taking him there. And just as we got to our kitchen door also, my second brother was not home in all of these happenings. He was not home that day. So he also was just coming. So when he was coming from the gates, he also saw me coming from the other side of the compound. You understand? So he was calling out to me. But I couldn't answer because a gun was pointing at my back. I couldn't answer. He was calling out to me. He didn't know anything. Thinking about it now, I don't even know if I should have alerted him, if I should have said something. I don't know. All I know is he was calling me. I did not answer. So, pardon me. So, I kept on moving with the robber. We got to the door of the kitchen. My brother got to the door of the kitchen like a few seconds after us. And the robber said the same thing he said to me and my auntie when he first saw us. He said, robber, cooperate. I promise you that my brother is not of this world. My brother is not someone to be joked with. Because the reflex, thinking about it now, the reflex, you know, I don't think I could have done that. Like, someone points a gun at me. So the guy actually took the gun away from my back, points it at my brother and says, robber, cooperate. And my brother did not pause to think for a second if we're acting film. Maybe somebody has staged it. We're acting film. My brother just, you know, when you give somebody elbow, he just did like this, like, just gave the guy elbow, and he just ran, like, ran into the apartment, ran into our house. And I promise you that for a few seconds I stood transfixed on that point. I didn't move. The robber obviously was like trying to pick up the gun, pick himself up from the floor and all of that, and I didn't move for a few minutes because I was like wondering what is going to happen. I'd run before, should I run again? What is going to happen? And all of a sudden I just told myself, are you mad? Like, you see an opportunity to run, you are telling yourself what is going to happen. I just ran. When I ran, this time around, I didn't go to my room. I went into my parents' bathroom. And surprisingly, when I got to my parents' bathroom, I met my brother sitting on the floor. So he had also ran there. So we both sat on the floor. And my heart was beating so fast. And the robber, of course, he knew my name already. I had my auntie calling it before, you know, he took us out of the apartment. So he started calling my name, was like, Ayo, I'm coming to look for you. And when I find you, I'm going to kill you on the spot. Blah, blah, blah. Just come out now while you can. This and that. The guy was saying a lot. And I started telling my brother, I'm like, let's just go outside now. Let's just go and meet. like, let's go outside, let's just go and meet. I don't know what I was thinking. My brother was like, go outside, go and meet him, go outside. My brother is not nice. My brother is not nice. It's not nice. He was like, go and meet him. So we just stood on the floor. So we sat on the floor of the bathroom, you know, just waiting. And we sat on the floor. Like, we sat on the floor for over 20 minutes. We were on the floor. I was so scared because I didn't know what was happening in my neighbor's apartment. I was scared for my mom because I just felt like, is this guy not going to go back and ask that where are the parents of this girl, where's the mom of this girl? You know, we just sat there. At some point my brother's phone started ringing and I got so scared, like it was my dad calling because my dad was not home when all these things were happening. So I was just like, if this guy hears the sound and chases us to this place, blah 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 blah, we shall put off the phone. We just sat there. We sat there. I don't know what my brother was thinking. I don't know what was going through his mind, but in my head I was just like, God, please, like, let this thing end. I don't know, but I was just like, no. After sitting there for like 20 minutes, the next thing, I heard my mom's voice and she was calling me. You know, she was calling on me and telling me and just saying, where are you? Where are you? I didn't answer. Guys, see. Let me tell you why I didn't answer. I didn't answer because I sort of felt like they had gone to bring her, to use her as a, what do they call these things now? Is it hostage? Hostage. I thought that they went to bring her to use her as a ploy to bring us out. So I didn't answer. I don't even know what I was thinking, to be honest. I didn't know what was going through my head, but I just felt that, see, watching film, I don't even know if watching too much film is good or is not good, because I just knew that, I just felt like that could probably be their plan. So I didn't answer. My brother also did not answer. We just sat down there. I didn't know that my mother was calling us because they had left and she was in such state of fear, like, this one I'm calling this girl, she's not answering, what has happened, where did they take her to and everything. So after calling me, I didn't answer. She just braved it and she entered into the apartment and she, you know, they started looking from room to room, calling us, blah blah blah. After a while, I just answered because I just felt like, whatever will happen, I beg. I don't even know what had happened, you know, before my mom came to start calling me. So I just answered and I'm like, I'm in your bathroom and everything. And she came to meet me, told me they had gone. We hugged, you know, all of us came outside and she asked what happened and I waited out, you know, everything, all the stuff my brother performed. And even though it was such a like horrible moment, everybody started laughing like, are you for real? Guys, that experience is so funny because I think from my own house they didn't really get much because there was no cash at home. I think they were able to get like just 30k and my mom's phone, my brother's phone. They took a few of my brother's shirts, you know, all those things, but they didn't really get much. But for my neighbor's apartment, like his wife sells a lot of jewelry. They took everything. They took all their laptops, they took all the cash, you know, all those things. And just as all of us came out and we were rejoicing, we were sharing our experiences and what happened and all, my dad drove in. So he missed them completely and we had to like tell him the story. So like anytime I think about it, I'm just like just like that, like I feel, wow, what was that? Wow, what is going on? Please. You know, they called the police afterwards. The police came, but as usual, Nigerian police does not come when things are hot. Apparently, they had even, one of my neighbors had managed to escape, hide in the bathroom and call somebody that could call the police, but no police came until the armed robbers had left. So in the long run, nobody was caught, nothing happened, they got away with everything they did. And I felt like he just taught us to be more security conscious, you know, not get too comfortable because you don't know who is who, you don't know, you know, who this person is in the neighborhood and all of those things. Yeah, so I don't know, I think about it and I'm just like, what happened, who were those people, you know. They didn't eventually rape my neighbor's daughter anyway, if you are wondering. I think that she said at the last minute they had a change of mind and they just let her go, but they didn't take her back to her parents. They took her somewhere to keep her there and all of that. Yeah, so in all, I'm just thankful that I'm laughing, like I'm able to talk about this thing and laugh, because really no harm was done to me. It was just about the fear. It was just about the whole palpitations, and yeah, and now thinking about it now, it's more of like a funny experience than a fearful one. Yeah, so guys, this is like this is one of my most memorable experiences growing up, because I don't think that there's anything that will make me forget. Like nothing can be compared to the fear and the anxiety that I felt that night. Nothing can be compared to it. Nothing. Should I tell you the fact? The cocoa, that Sunday, the next day Sunday, I gave testimony. Me, that's the first and the last time I've ever given testimony in my life. They actually said testimony time, blessing time. If you have testimony, come outside. I rose up my hand, I went outside, I took my microphone, I said, thank God for the life of my daddy, that he was not at home when the robbers came, because he was at home. They would have felt that he should, you know, have more cash at hand, and they probably have done what they should not have done. I want to thank God for my mommy, I want to thank God for myself, I want to thank God for my brothers. I gave testimony. I actually gave testimony in church, guys. Anyway, yeah, I did. And yeah, years after, it's still an experience, and I'm still thankful that nothing evil happened that night. Yeah, so we've come to the end of this story time, guys. It was really I really feel very nostalgic thinking about it and sharing this experience. But yeah, it's an experience that reminds me to always be thankful and grateful for little things. Yeah, so if you watch to this point, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate you guys. I want to beg you, we are almost at 500 subscribers, and we have been, you know, merry go rounding around these 500 subscribers for a while now. YouTube algorithms have been like doing their bits, you guys have been doing your own bit and all of that. So I just want to beg you, if you see this, if you watch to this point and you feel led, please leave a comment, like this video, share this video. All these things help for people to see more of my content, and for people to watch and share, and for, you know, for me to just do better on YouTube basically. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. The names, you have been seeing the names on your screen all day, so just follow me, you know, on my social media platforms, and just see what I do on my social media platforms. I do a bit of writing, content creation. I share dope ass pictures that you definitely want to see. Yeah, and also don't forget to click the notification icon. Enables you get notified every single time I drop a video on this channel. Till my next video, guys. Bye, see ya. By the way, they said that Nengi and Chikiti, they're now senior special advisors to Bayelsa State Governor. Or what? I don't know. But because that big brother house, we enter it. We are entering it next year. We are going to enter it. We will enter it because what happened? What happened? The other day, they gave Dorothy 25 shoes because she's 25. They buy her Benz. Kilo day. Why you have happened? That big brother house next year, reality TV show. We enter because I'm not understanding. This governor is probably owing salaries in the state, yet to carry a box of money and probably give these people, because he said that they exhibited what's that thing? I'm going to look for a screenshot of that press release and leave it here. He said that they exhibited good kiniko when they were in the reality TV show. So because of that guys, please, thank you for watching. See you some other time. Bye. Yeah, I have to rant. Yeah, so bye.